Hey Gally, Annelise Bretthauer here, a certified financial planner professional, and today we're going to talk all about overwhelm and your finances. How do you go from feeling super overwhelmed to feeling empowered by your money? And to start, I want to mention that mental health and finances are really intertwined. If you're struggling with your finances, it's really hard not to feel overwhelmed by that. And oftentimes that will have a significant impact on your mental health. So how do we change that? How do we go from this feeling of overwhelm to a feeling of empowerment? And the answer is we set aside some time. Set aside some time to get really organized, to create some positive financial habits, and to start focusing on short-term choices that lead to really good long-term results. So that's just fancy talk for saying we need to stop focusing on short-term gratification and start focusing on long-term results. So the answer to feeling empowered is stop focusing on short-term gratification and start focusing on long-term results. And when it comes to your finances, everything is a trade-off. If you buy this now, what are you giving up later? This can be a really helpful frame when you're thinking about a purchase. So let's say you want to buy a new pair of shoes and you think, okay, these shoes are $100. If I buy these shoes now, what am I giving up later? Am I giving up the ability to get takeout with a good friend and have a Zoom dinner? Or am I giving up the ability to go to that online workout class I love? Or maybe the ability to pay my healthcare bill in full? This can be really important when you're thinking about making a purchase. And last video, we talked about a savings rule called the 50-30-20 rule, meaning 50% of your take-home pay, so whatever goes into your checking account each month, goes to needs. So that includes housing, transportation, groceries, utilities. 30% of your take-home pay goes to wants. So that includes dining out, entertainment, that music subscription you love, travel, back when we could do that. And 20%, really the most important percentage of the allocation, is going to increasing your net worth. Sometimes people call this paying yourself first. And what it really means is anything that is increasing your net worth should live in that 20%. So whether that's paying down debt or saving for retirement or building an emergency fund, all of that lives in that 20%. So here's what I challenge you. Look at your spending over the last 3 months. What was allocated to needs, what was allocated to wants, and what was allocated towards increasing your net worth? And evaluate that in comparison to what's really important to you. So if spending time with family and your health is really important to you, is your budget reflecting that? Is the dollar amount that you're paying in rent, is that appropriate for your needs, your wants, and your priorities? So next time you go to buy something, I want you to do 3 things. I want you to ask yourself 3 questions. The first question is this a need or is this a want? The second question is, what am I potentially giving up by making this purchase? And the third, and probably most important, is this item worth more to me now than what I'm giving up later? If you ask yourself those 3 things and you really start to understand what you're giving up by making a purchase now, you will start to feel very empowered by your finances and leave that overwhelm in the distance.